Hello. So I absolutely adore the game Viticulture by Stonemaier Games. I think it is great to play solo. It's great to play with others. I personally don't love playing at too high of a player count because I feel it can get a little bit laggy. So I like it at like the 2 to 3 player count. And I'd always heard people say like, yes, I love Viticulture, but I will only ever play it with the Tuscany expansion. And I was like, that's interesting. I wonder what it adds to the game. So when Stonemaier offered me a copy of the Tuscany expansion, I jumped on it because I wanted to know what made people love it so much and not want to play any other way. So the Tuscany expansion comes in this box, but everything in here will fit into your main box as long as you remove the existing board and replace it with the new Tuscany board. So I love that everything fits just in the one box because that is so much handier. I feel like Stonemaier does a great job of thinking about space in that way. So let me tell you about the things that make the Tuscany expansion awesome and why I think you may want to add it to your game as well. So it adds 3 new variants or ways to play that you can incorporate 1 of, 2 of, or all 3 of. You can mix and match in any way and it will work. So first up, you get this double-sided board and it is bigger than the original board. So we have this side, which is kind of your more regular side. So as you can see, things still look pretty familiar for the most part, but what's different? Well, first of all, you have this. So this is your 4-season track, and it is different. You don't just get a card in every season as a guarantee anymore, and the bonuses that you get change. So you have some really great bonuses that you have to pick between and decide where you want to place your wake up time for that year. And it will still work the same as you move into each season. You will get the bonus that's listed. And then there's this grape one. And that is the only way you can guarantee yourself first slot is if you were in the last slot. Other than that, number 2 is the best that you can pick on your own. So that is the one difference that's in this game. And I really love it. I feel like these bonuses are a lot more interesting and give me better choices to make. Next up, you have down here this map, and it has some different options on it. So you can play with it in one of 2 ways. You're going to have star tokens in your color. Mine, of course, will be green because I am always the green player. And again, all of the pieces from Tuscany will fit in your existing board, but you're going to be getting these star tokens that are known as influence. And there will be a place on the board that you can go to, and it will allow you to place an influence. And when you do, you will gain the benefit listed in that location. And then it is optional if you want to play with at the end of the game. Whoever has the most influence in each region will get the victory points associated with it. This is recommended at higher player counts and not at lower. But guess what? You do what you want. So that is a fun option as well to get some extra bonuses throughout the game. It can get you, some cards that you may really need or a lira. So that is great. And you have 6 of these, so you can be fighting for the most influence. And there is an option once you have placed all 6 that you can move one throughout the board. You won't get an immediate benefit, but if you are playing for points, you do have that option. So that is kind of how this side of the board works. We have our new season chart that's going to give us a lot of new victories. On the map itself, some of the bonuses are now available in the first spot, which is really nice because if you were playing that 2-player game, most of the bonuses in these spots were not available to you because they were only available at a higher player count. So I love that they are now an option in different spots on here. So though you can still only go to the first spot in up to a 2-player game, the second spot in a 3 to 4, and the third spot in a 5 to 6. Then you can flip this board over if you want, and we now have orange cards in addition to all of our regular cards. And orange cards are structures. So these are going to be available to you. You will still have your regular board that you've always had, and you now have this little add-on board. If I place it the right way, you can see it lines up perfectly with the artwork. Whoops. Lines up perfectly with the artwork. And there are 2 spots. And so on your turn, when you get cards, an orange card is an option, or when you can pick any card, an orange card is an option, or there's a space on the board to get an orange card. And these give you structures that you can build and then can get benefits from. So most when you build, you're going to get a victory point. I believe they're all 1. And then some of them are going to work like an ongoing bonus, so it may give you something at the end of every year. Some of them you can send one of your workers to, and you can get the bonus that's listed there. And then others, you have to pay a cost to get the benefit. Let me see if I can find one of those. So like this one, you can discard 1 wine and you can get 2 victory points for that. So that is the structures upgrade that will play on this side of the board. And yes, you still have your map and your influence options over there. And then the third and the final option that is added to the game, I really love, is the special workers. So you have several options and you're randomly going to add 2 to your game, and you will assign one of each of the special workers to it. And so then when you are training your own workers, you can choose to train a regular worker, or you can choose to train a special worker. Whoops. And if you train a special worker, you will match their ability to the one shown with the gray worker. And then you can use that throughout the game. You still may only train and have a maximum of 6 workers. So you do train them essentially at the sacrifice of some of your general workers. So if you don't like the special abilities that are available that game, you can just train regular workers, and that is totally fine. So I now totally understand why people say they will only play with the Tuscany expansion. Whether that is playing with all 3 of the modules and variants in it, I can't say. I have some that I like more than others, but that new wake up board really makes a huge, huge difference. So I am absolutely in love with the Tuscany edition. I can definitely see why people won't play with the regular board and the regular way anymore. I think I am a convert as well. So I would love to know, what do you think of the Tuscany edition? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.